And welcome to another episode of Trails into Reverie. Hope you're having a good day today. Just to get this out of the way real quick, if you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, and all that. And if you're watching this on Twitch, hit me up with a follow. If you're already following, I appreciate the support, but if you wouldn't mind going to my YouTube channel and hitting the subscribe button, I really appreciate it. Now let's get going. Now defeating all those other mountains in the kitchen is going to be busy all night. It's a good thing some of the refugees have been lending a hand. We're not struggling as much as we might have. One of them even made refreshments to hand out to the others. That's the spirit. Times like these call for a little selfless work to get your mind off things. The hospital is currently housing several refugees from the city. There are also several patients and visitors that have nowhere else to go now. It's natural they would feel all uneasy with Crossbell being in a state of emergency. We're doing everything in our power to provide healthy meals and keep them comfortable. I think I'll get to leave the hospital soon because of all the rehab I've done. My hands are still kind of numb, but I can even hold a pen now. It's all thanks to the surgery I had with Dr. Salin. Lindy promised she'd take me to the radio station in Leaves when I finally get discharged. And once my hands are fixed, I want to start practicing the piano again. That's why everything in the city needs to get better. Several of our staff members were on their way to a conference in Reverie when the EDF attacked the city. Dr. Salin was to give a speech about the surgery she performed on the Emperor, and Dr. Largo was about to debut a thesis he wrote while working as a military doctor on the battlefield. Head nurse Martha and several other doctors who worked with the army were invited too. I hope they're okay. I heard some businesses remain open under the careful watch of that Evan Defense Force. At least that means we can still expect supplies to be transported. That's one less worry for the time being. I'm still concerned about the city. There's a rumor going around that people have been brainwashed. That can't be true, can it? I guess we should try walking around the hospital first. It's been a while since I was last here. I hope everyone's holding up okay.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Thank you for all your help. We don't have much to offer in return, but here are some snacks. I hope you'll enjoy them.
You didn't have to do that, but the gesture is still appreciated.
Yeah, I've never fixed medical equipment before, so I didn't want to get anyone's hopes up.
You could have had me fooled with such fine work. You both did splendidly.
That's right. I don't know what we would have done without you. We would never escaped if it weren't for you. We'd likely be brainwashed by the Supreme Leader like all the others. Just what happened to all of them?
I believe I owe you an apology. A big one. None of this would have happened had we protected everyone at the signing ceremony like we swore to. If only we'd been stronger.
Hey, come on, Tio.
Oh, Tio.
No, this isn't your fault. That's right, no one is blaming you for what happened. Looking back, I don't know what more you could have been expected to do.
Look, Lloyd, it's Tio.
I thought she might come here. Thank goodness she's all right. It looks like they're talking to evacuees from the city.
Hold on just a minute.
Yeah, things were doomed from the start. It finally dawned on me too. I don't know why we ever thought we could be truly independent. It's hopeless.
Huh?
What's gotten into you guys all of a sudden?
It's obvious, isn't it? The Supreme Leader would never have occupied us again if we just obeyed the Empire like we used to. We wouldn't have to be afraid of the EDF had we not dreamed of independence. And when you think about it, everything was better when we were an Imperial province. Even the economy was booming. Why give all that up? Why did you ever want to be independent?
Hey! Get a hold of yourselves! What is wrong with all of you?
There really isn't any need to be so pessimistic.
The Supreme Leader and the EDF aren't all we have to worry about either. There's also those huge machines. They even have the old president's backing. Everyone in the city is enthralled by them. There isn't a shred of hope things are going to get better anymore.
No, that's not true at all. The SSS is going to keep fighting. We have allies we can depend on. The CPD, CGF, and even our friends from outside Crossbell. There are people who will surely help us. We won't allow you to suffer like this. We'll be the ones to put an end to it.
Tio.
Tio, you shouldn't.
We used to have hope, too, thanks to you, or at least we thought we did. Whether it was the Mafia or that cult, or even when our own mayor became a dictator, we kept on believing. Not even Imperial occupation or war made us lose hope. But in the end, it was all for nothing. The signing ceremony made us realize that what we had never was hope to begin with. It was just delusion. And that even made it even more painful when we accepted the truth. Again and again and again and again. Over and over and over and over.
We were never hope to them?
That can't be true. We can't just give up and...
Stop, please, just stop. Can't you see we're just so tired of all this? Besides, you've got no right to talk to us about ending our suffering. If you hadn't arrested President Croy, then we would have already have everything we ever wanted.
Everything we did was...
Can you all hear yourselves? You're completely full of it.
Aren't you?
Kia, Wazi.
Hey, you guys are all right.
I was one of the people involved in that arrest, so let me make something perfectly clear. Letting Dieter Kreuss go free for what he did over 2 years ago was never an option. He attacked the city, had the speaker detained, and even tried to take over the entire continent. Dieter was arrested in accordance with state law. The same as any Crossbellin would have been. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, but what about Crossbell? They had a responsibility to do what was best for us.
A responsibility? And why is that? Because you made them your symbols of justice? Because you decided they were your heroes? The SSS is just a division of the Crossbell Police Department. Nothing more, nothing less. You have no one to blame but yourselves for thinking any different. Their purpose isn't to make all of your problems go away.
No one thought.
I know it's been a long 2 years. 2 years where all Crossbellans could do was powerlessly watch the Empire trample over their pride. It's natural to wish that a savior would appear and solve everyone's problems. But personally, I never wanted to see Crossbell come to that. What Crossbell has given me is irreplaceable. Friends and family that mean the world to me, like Lloyd and Vald. So it pains me to see this as someone who's come to love Crossbell more than his old home.
Ozzy.
The SSS chose the path they did because they wanted a little girl to be free. But that same little girl couldn't help but feel it was her fault when she saw Erebonia invade and take over her home. Because she knew that none of it would have happened if she didn't exist. Kia, no. But she wasn't the only reason they chose the path that they did. The SSS had also seen how strong Crossbell became, facing adversity over and over again. They knew that if they chose any other path, the efforts and sacrifices of so many would be lost. Their home would never be the same. And they, along with that little girl, believed from the bottom of their hearts that all of Crossbell would overcome it for the better.
She's right. That was what we decided.
I want to answer the trust they placed in me however I can. I was all alone once, somewhere very dark. It's because of everyone around me that I have so much to be thankful for. The SSS and the people of Crossbell made me into the person I am today. So now I want to fight to help them. That means I'm here to pave a path forward for all of you too. And on it, I just know we'll see brighter days. Because it was Crossbell and its people that taught me the strength to persevere.
Path forward? Maybe she's right. It could be too soon to be giving up hope. It's true we've been through a lot of hard times before, but these experiences are what made us who we are today. Yes, you're right. That's part of what makes Crossbell what it is. Maybe we are stronger than we give ourselves credit for.
It's disappearing.
Looks like we were the ones who should be apologizing after all. That was no way to talk about people who've done so much for us. Not after you put so much on the line to protect Crossbell. Yes, and somewhere along the line we started taking that for granted. I still don't know what exactly I can do to make a difference, but the least I can do is look for a way to move forward just like you all have. That's right, we have to hold out hope.
Thank you, everyone.
Anyway, we should be grateful that you all made it out of the city safely. I hope you'll keep up the good fight, SSS. We'll keep on cheering for you.
We have to keep doing what we always have. That's to keep moving forward, one step at a time. Though we're not naive enough to believe that will be enough to take back what we lost. It's going to take the help of everyone who calls Crossbell home. So do me a favor and think about how you can help. What you would give to be free. And I promise the SSS will support you just as much as you've always supported us.
SSS and their allies then bid farewell to the citizens and left the rooftop. Back inside, a familiar nurse agreed to let them use the nurse's station to talk and decide what to do next.
Tio. Sorry I kept you waiting again. I'm glad you're okay.
Do you hear yourself? I'm the one breathing a sigh of relief. Your injuries seemed so so severe. And then we were all separated.
So that's what this is all about. I can't imagine how tough it's been for you three being kept in the dark. Thanks for worrying about me. I know it couldn't have been easy.
It never is. You're always so reckless. But I knew you'd come looking for me again. Lloyd, I'm so glad you found me.
Wasn't gonna stop till I did.
Aww.
Would you listen to them go on and on?
I'm so happy for you, Tio.
Would you knock it off with the crying already?
So you're headed for the Reinford military factory to the west? I had a feeling that might be it. You did? So that must be what you three have been doing here then. Precisely. The Chief, Yona, and I have been looking into some suspicious information surrounding the factory. Not to mention I spotted a certain sketchy professor amidst the chaos of everyone fleeing the city. You mean that slime ball that supported the illegitimate regime from 3 years ago? Ouroboros 6 Anguis. Professor F. Novartis, the head of 13 factories. I had a feeling the society was involved. His specialty is applied sciences, right? He's the one in charge of all their crazy powerful tech. Yes, in addition to being the engineer who completed the first generation ions, his involvement could explain what the new Zauber Soldat models and that strange mask. That's why we had our attention placed on the military factory. Good thinking. It's looking more and more likely that we'll uncover something to help our investigation there. Have you three found an infiltration route? It just so happens we have. Yona and I looked into it. It was a cargo line while the factory was still under construction before the war. It feeds directly into the underground railway that connects to St. Ursula. Well, that's convenient. It's almost too good to be true. But I trust it if Tio's the source. We should head there right away. There's no time to waste. The sooner we uncover what's really happening, the better. Yes, and the church isn't going to look the other way if it turns out the society is the one orchestrating this incident. There's no telling the extent of that Alvera fellow's plans, but it's high time we shed some light on what's really going on. I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of it if we all work together. Just try not to get caught, will you? Don't let all that hard work we did go to waste. Don't worry, we'll be careful. And thanks, Yona, I really owe you one for helping Tio out. Save it, Bannix. Not like I did that much. Still, I guess it's good to see you back on your feet. You're the same obnoxious brat you ever were, huh? But that's part of Yona's charm. Knock it off already. Well then, we'll leave the investigating the factory up to you four. Yona and I will continue gathering as much info as we can here. You can reach the underground railway platform from the first floor lobby. Got it, thanks. We'll be going now, Chief. Look after yourself. Same to you, Tio.
You can get to the underground station through the lobby. Oh! I spot the door! Beat you there!
This is my first time seeing the new subway line they built. It's a little eerie hearing how deathly silent it is down here. Yeah, all the trains are stopped after the city was occupied, right? Yes, we don't need to worry about the tracks being active. We should eventually reach where the freight and passenger lines split if we follow the line to the north. Let's make our way to that first destination. Walking on the train lines like this always makes my heart race. Definitely, we had to do this more than a few times over the last couple of years. Alright, let's get going.
Hey!
Let's... An opening. Let's go, Lloyd.
Leave it to me! Right.
It's my go. Status. All green. Man, you guys were super cool.
We made it to the junction. If we keep going straight, we'll eventually reach the city. Yeah, but I seriously doubt the EDF doesn't have that direction heavily guarded. I wouldn't risk it. Yep, no need to rush it. I'm sure we'll make it back to the city eventually. Yeah, it's only a matter of time before we gather our friends and teach that so-called supreme leader a lesson. No one stands between us and our home and gets away with it. That's the spirit.
So Kia, Wazi, a little late, but I've been meaning to thank you for earlier.
For what?
Whatever is it for this time?
Don't play dumb. I'm talking about how you chimed in at the hospital. You helped me realize something important. The citizens of Crossbell weren't the only ones who had lost sight of the truth. We had too. The SSS had a clear dream 2 years ago, when Crossbell was annexed by Erebonia. We wanted our home to be free again. But it wasn't just that. We weren't blind patriots, fighting to protect personal pride or acting on some grand ideal. Had we been, our actions wouldn't have led to Crossbell losing its freedom. Wouldn't have led it straight into the arms of the Empire. And the little girl we protected over giving Crossbell its freedom and future wouldn't be here supporting us. What we truly wanted, for her and for every citizen who would have to bear the burden of our choices, was for them to smile. And if we could give them their home as well, then they could be free and smile as much as they dreamed. It really was that simple.
Lloyd. It's true. That's how I felt. And I'm sure Ellie and Randy would say the same. But sadly, I agree. Somewhere along the line, we lost sight of that goal. The more expectations people placed on us, the more we became convinced we were obligated to win back the state's freedom.
That soon turned into wanting to be seen as the very symbols of independence, to be seen as heroes to our home. All the while, we were turning our eyes away from the feelings of despair and distrust that the people had been harboring. Those feelings were probably what allowed Rufus's words to worm their way into the citizens' hearts. But regardless, we aren't going to lose our way again. We'll keep sight of our goal this time and do things our way. We're not miracle workers. We'll just do our best to make people's lives better, while others help us as much as we help them. That's what's allowed us to come this far.
Good. That sounds more like the SSS I fell in love with. And if you ask me, that's what it's going to take if you want to make it through this ordeal too. Every crisis you've overcome to date has been with the help of countless others, and this will be no different.
I think what Wazzy means to say is every crisis we've overcome, because we're all one big family at the end of the day. That's why I decided to become Kia Bannings.
This is a chance for us to start over from zero, then.
That's right. We're going to reclaim everything that was taken from us. And as always, we're going to fight, struggle, and shine the light on the truth. Together.
Huh? What was that?
I heard it too.
That sounds like...
It's gunfire.
And not just gunfire either.
Look up ahead.
Stop where you are, rebels! Surrender now, or there will be no mercy!
You holding up all right, Tita?
I'm fine, but at this rate...
Get down, you two!
There's more of them. Where did you guys come from?
The SSS? What are all of you doing down here?
We can explain later. Let's focus on taking care of these guys first.
The SSS, huh? It must be our lucky day.
Our Helmut will punish all who dare to oppose the Supreme Leader!
That must be the name of this new model.
This is the last place I want to fight a Zalber Soldat. Nevertheless...
Exactly. Now's not the time to falter. Everyone, prepare for battle!
I'll back you up with my orders.
Got it.
Okay.
Don't let your guard down.
All for one!
And one for all!
Everyone, move in!
Gotcha!
Take this!
Damn you!
Okay. All for one.
And one for all!
Everyone, come on!
Gotcha!
Why, you...
If you need me. Cheer up, guys! Terrific smiles! I'll go.
Let's finish this! This is it! Dragon Ball!
I can do it! All for one!
And one for all!
Everyone together!
Gotcha!
Take this! Okay.
It's over! Rising Nova!
Sorry, but we got stuff to do.
Yay! Good job, guys!
This can't be happening. How did that glorified forklift manage to overcome the latest Zalber Soldat? We must report this to the Supreme Leader at once. We managed to take it down. Ooh, I didn't doubt that we would. Good work, everyone. I thought we were goners when they were chasing us back there. Yeah, we owe you guys one. Thanks for saving our bacon. I doubt we could have taken out that Soldat thing without you. Don't mention it. I'm glad we could count on Tita and her orbital gear. Here's hoping it'll be smooth sailing from here. Look at that, the awesome team we're assembling. I'm sure everything will work out at this rate. You guys look like you're in good spirits. I'm so glad you're alright. So what are you two doing down here in the first place, Tita? You came running from that direction, in the direction from the city. Well, the thing is, maybe it's fate we ran into you guys now of all times. You haven't seen Erica around, have you? Professor Russell? No, has something happened to her? We were in the IBC building when the city was occupied. A bunch of the black uniformed soldiers stormed the building and demanded that my mom go with them. The next thing we knew, she was shoving us in the elevator leading underground.
Oh, Mom, what's gotten into you?
Are you freaking kidding me? I can handle this, so let me...
Does your dumb, thick skull have eyes? You saw how many there are, and they have that new model with them. I have a different request for you, Agate Crossner. Protect Tita, even if it costs you your life. Do I make myself clear?
Damn it, Erica!
Mom!
So that's what happened. I'm not surprised Professor Russell put your safety first, although... Yeah, she's as stubborn as a mule. It was my fault she did that. I never should have allowed us to end up like this. End up in this situation to begin with. That's on me. You don't have to blame yourself, Agate. I guess that means Estelle and Joshua haven't been with you guys, huh? I'm afraid not. We haven't been able to get in touch with them since the city was occupied. Something must be jamming the communications. I hope they're alright. Estelle and Joshua are both seasoned bracers. I trust they'll be alright. I'm more worried about your mother. And I don't doubt that she's tough for a researcher, but these are trained soldiers we're dealing with. I think it's safe to assume that she's still in the ADF's custody at least. However, that doesn't answer why they wanted your mother to begin with. We don't know either. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out why. They probably want her tech expertise for something and gonna force her to help. We don't know either. The soldier said something about someone needing helpers. That's all we know. We managed to access one of the underground computers after that. That's how we learned she was taken to the Rhineford military factory. I have my suspicions on who this someone could be. Which means I also have a really bad feeling about this. So do I. Only one name comes to mind based on the information we have thus far. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. This is a guild request at the end of the day. The job's not done until it's reported and the client gives the reward. I'm dragging Erica out of there so I can get paid whether she likes it or not. We'll save her for sure. Sounds like we're headed to the same place then. You can count on us for support. The more the merrier. Thanks everyone, we really appreciate it. I should at least be able to lend a hand when it comes to things like information gathering and technology. Don't undersell yourself, I'm sure you'll be a great help. Not gonna lie, running into you guys was good time and we could really use the help. No problem, well teamwork makes the dream work, doesn't it? So the military factory is that way, huh? Yeah, let's get moving. Alright, now to do the thing.
It's my go.
I can do it.
All right.
Agat's one of my favorite characters, so I'm glad he's here now.
Careful. That one looks tough.
Look out! That one's strong.
Give them hell! Crimson Bring!
Commencing drive.
Get him!
I'll follow up.
Right.
If you need me. Take this!
Yeah!
All right.
Enhancing!
There.
Raring to go. Yeah! There! Now's our chance, Lloyd!
Got it!
Yeah!
I can do it! Yay!
Looks like we're not alone.
Tempted as I am to knock their asses farther underground, it's probably not the best idea right now.
Hopefully we can sneak around some other way.
Let's go full force!
You know they won't let me, but
I found a treasure chest!
Let's go full force! Could be a while before we can take down...
Look out! That one's strong!
All for one!
Let's go! All for one!
If you need me...
It's my turn. Now! Everyone, move in!
Gotcha!
Understood!
Gotta be tougher than that to stop us.
Yeah! You guys kicked butt out there!
You see that treasure chest, I'm sure.
Let's go full force!
Very nice. We made it to the other side.
If we keep going north, we'll reach the station for the military factory.
We're not out of the woods yet, so be sure not to let anyone spot you.
Bring it! All for one!
And one for all!
Everyone, move in!
Gotcha!
Okay. Yeah.
Let's go!
If you need me. Here's our chance! No, Agate!
You got it!
It's nice to know. I'll always have you to watch over me.
A promise is a promise, yeah? I ain't going nowhere.
Knock him down in one blow!
All for one! Gotta be tougher than that to stop us.
Yeah! You guys kicked butt out there!
Let's go full force!
Let's go!
Nice.
I'd love to take a closer look at this.
Could be a while before.
Look out! That one's strong!
Give him hell! Crimson Ring!
I'll go. Here's our chance!
There!
Let's go! Hey! They're open! Let's go, Tio!
Understood.
Yeah.
All right. Now!
I'll follow up!
Let's go!
It's my go.
Right! Hey! They're open! Let's go, Tio!
Gotcha.
Yeah!
I can do it! Here's our chance!
There! Let's finish this! This is it! Dragon Ball!
Okay. Yeah.
Let's go! Yeah! All taken care of.
Man, you guys were super cool!
Hey! Yeah!
Okay.
If you need me.
All right.
It's my turn.
Okay.
I can do it! There!
All right.
Right.
Ugh, it's so bright. Took us a while, but we're finally here. The factory's huge. No doubt it was built to manufacture all kinds of weapons. From what I've heard, it was primarily used to build the tanks and airships rather than Zauber soldats. They were still produced here, though just not the main thing. Then we should be able to find evidence of the Black Workshop's influence inside. Maybe this factory has officially ceased production, but unofficially. Whoa. Something's still going on here, that's for sure.
Intruders detected. Initiating elimination protocols.
It's huge. What kind of archaism is that? Sure is fast for its size. Be careful, it's a highly advanced machine. Get back, Kia. Boy. Steel wires and orbital arrows, that's gotta be. Elisa, you're from class
Is
7.
everyone all right? We've come to your aid.
Our attacks barely put a dent in it.
Never have I encountered an archaism of such an indestructible nature.
Doesn't mean it's invincible. If we work together, we can take it down!
The enemy is strong. Please, brace yourselves.
My turn.
I shall assist. Arcus, activate!
Gotcha! They're open! Got you!
I'll treat you.
Thank you.
Shh!
Yeah.
My turn. Arcus activate. Yeah.
It's over! Rising Nova!
I'll treat you.
Thank you.
I'll clean this up. Arcus, activate!
Okay then.
Ready for this? Yeah! Deadly Heaven!
An opening.
There!
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
My turn.
Gotcha!
I'll clean this up.
Okay. All for one.
And one for all!
Now, everyone.
Gotcha! Times 2!
Good luck!
You're so kind.
Let's go!
Zero Breaker!
Okay then.
Certainly. Arcus, activate! I'll clean this up. Here I go.
My turn. This is it. All together now.
Leave it to me!
Understood.
Gotcha.
I'm on it!
Sapphire seal of mine shining from the abyss. Bolster this arm with the strength of a giant's! Crush! Akashic arm!
It's over! Rising Nova!
I am severing chains. No more! Your fate has been weaved in wires. Fall into death's embrace!
This is my secret weapon! Holy light! Gather in my bow! Take this! Gabriel Arrow! Repent for your sins.
I won't let you!
I'll clean this up. Now!
It's not!
It's my turn!
An opening.
There!
I'm on it!
I won't let you!
I made a mistake.
Times 2! Times 2!
It's my turn!
There!
You're so kind.
What a drag.
My turn!
Grazie.
Why?
I won't lose!
It's over!
Thanks!
Thank you!
You're so kind.
Sapphire seal of mine. Now that the threat's been neutralized, let's go.
That sure wasn't easy. How's everybody holding up? Fine enough, but I'm not so sure that that'd be the case if not for Shannon and Lisa's timely arrival. You're real lifesavers. I'll take that. We sure weren't expecting to bump into anyone here. But even if I knew you'd make it out of the city, seeing you here in person gives me peace of mind. I could say the same about you. So I'm guessing you're also conducting some kind of private investigation? Just the two of you? I seem to recall there were others from Thor's in the city. 2 others, yes, but we were separated when making our escape. That's unfortunate. Same thing happened to me and Tita. I sure hope Instructor Toa's alright. And Inspector Regnitz too. We tried looking into developments at the Reinford Company while attempting to ascertain their whereabouts. That let us learn the information connected to the news Albert Soldas was here in this factory. Might I assume you're all here for the same reason? We are, and judging by that archaism we just took out, I'd say we've hit pay dirt. Our enemies wouldn't have anything of that size and strength to guard the place if there was nothing to be found. Please be alright, Mom. There ain't a minute to waste. Let's get our asses inside. Right, we need to know far more about what we're dealing with if we ever hope to liberate Crossbell
You
again.
can count on us for support. Until we meet up with Machias and Toa, I'd be glad to make myself useful enough for the both of them. I can't take the Black Workshop's technology being used for evil another minute longer. Not just because I'm an employee of Reinford, but because
I couldn't ask for a better shoulder to lean on right now.
Absolutely.
I, of course, will assist you alongside my lady. I was the severing chains. It would sit poorly on me to turn a blind eye to the Sixth Angus's machinations.
Well, enough for you to say, but you're more Sharon to us now than you ever were among the Enforcers. This burden isn't yours alone.
I appreciate you saying so, Father.
This is great. With so many on the case, our odds are going up and up. Couldn't ask for a better group for this, huh? Well, let's dive right in. The entrance isn't too far, I'll show you the way. Just keep in mind that you can never be too cautious once we're inside. The EDS probably swarmed the whole building. We'll be careful.
That archaism was so advanced.
Yeah, and everything points to it coming fresh off the factory line.
The Society is most certainly involved, and much of this stinks of one member in particular.
how
Now
dare they
then.
try to have their way on Reinford property.
I've never been in here before, but it sure looks like it's still in operation to me. But I don't see anyone from the EDF. Maybe they don't need staff here. From what I see, the entire production line is automated. Okay, somewhere inside we should likely find something wrong. Something wrong, Elisa? It's nothing. We should get moving. Lady Elisa, then I'll be your guides.
Now's our chance.
Oh, it's locked. They really didn't skimp on security. Should have counted on as much for a military factory. Maybe so, but during my last inspection, this door wasn't here. Everything from the walls to the machinery has changed so much that it doesn't even feel like I'm in the same building. They scraped and wrapped and revamped the factory's interior from top to bottom. What? That seems like an awful lot of work. The Reverie Company's efforts this past month have been focused on dismantling weapons used in the war. I assume our foes took notice and used our being distracted to seize this place. So they redid everything to manufacture Zalber sold us? And all in a month's time, but then just about anything goes when you're dealing with when your enemy is Ouroboros. This certainly throws a wrench into you two acting as our guides now, doesn't it? Still, even if it is harder to navigate as it sounds like whatever we'll find will be worth the trouble. Anyway, I'm thinking that terminal is the key to getting inside. Looks like one of our models. Could you give me a hand, Sharon? With pleasure. Let us know if we can help. Yeah. This is getting nowhere. This tunnel seems to be connected to another one via the orbital network. But the network address is encrypted, so it's not going to be easy finding its physical location. Too bad for us. Damn it. So we really can't do jack... really can do jack all here? We could try splitting up and see if we can find another terminal. There isn't any guarantee that the one is also here, so I'm concerned if anything would come of it. Actually, I get the feeling we won't need to worry about the other one. If we're gonna look around, we should just keep it to this area. So, mostly wait? Really? If that's what you think, then alright. Let's see if there are any clues nearby.
You were quite punctual.
You bet. Sup, and welcome aboard the Argo, the vessel of Nine Valley's new high-speed transport service.
Our pilot is a child.
We might have been better off on the ground.
I'll have you know that I'm a licensed pilot. And that's real rich coming from you guys. You look like a bunch of kids about to go on a picnic with their daddy to me.
Ooh, we got burned.
Phew, but boy, did I not see your daddy's ID coming. Who knew my mystery client would turn out to be our former Governor General Rufus Albarea? Oops. What, do you prefer Supreme Leader now?
Please, if I knew I'd be repeating myself so soon, I would have gathered my audience. That title is not mine.
But then...
I'm confused. Who's Rufus? That's this guy's real name. C was a nickname. So it's Rufus, huh? I think it's much cuter than C. I give it 85 points. Ooh, he kicked your butt, S.
Why would I care when I don't even get what criteria she's basing these on?
So are you famous then, Rufus? Everyone seems to know who you are. He's not just famous, he's super famous. He's the elder son of House Albarea, one of the 4 great houses of Erebonia, and he became Crossbell's first Governor General. Together with the Empire's Chancellor and Crown Prince, he led the country to all-out war. But then he got arrested after it ended. That's all the big common knowledge stuff, but trust me, I know all about the skeletons in his closet. Wow, you're so smart, Nadia.
Is knowing part of handling the unpleasant side of things?
Wow, you're so smart, Rufus.
Can she try not to stir up trouble with him?
Yeah, well, he's apparently not done making a name for himself. Because 3 days ago, he busted himself out of jail so he could lead a load of black-clad soldiers to Crossbell and occupy it again. Then he declared himself the new Supreme Leader and claimed he was carrying on the late Chancellor Osborne's will. And you're saying that wasn't you? Yeah, hang on. You were in Crossbell yesterday and at noon today making statements. When did you have the time to go to Heimdall? He couldn't have been at this Crossbell like you said. He's been with us the entirety of today and yesterday. Then that means... So there are 2 Rufus Albareas, or more like... one of you's a fraud? So it seems. I have no interest in making a public show of him being one, mind you. But I'm the genuine Rufus Albarea. On that you have my word. I guess I believe you. Even if Crossbell's mistakes, the other guy for the real deal, your brother would be able to tell the difference. Can't say I even care. I'm just in it for the mirror. Speaking of, I thought the Erebonian government seized all your assets. How are you going to pay your fare? I've long kept my assets spread out in the event something like this were to happen. What the government sees is a mere fraction of what I own. You really do prepare for anything, huh? Phew, I was worried we were duped into charity work for a sec. Well, we've come this far. I think it's about time you started filling in the blanks. About what exactly? You. We don't plan to call things up just because we know who you are now. But you gotta admit that you're not the average guy, and that means being around you is a huge risk on our part. I think he owes more a thorough explanation on what you're up to before we met, and what you're after now. It's the least you can do if we're going to keep working together. Very well. I intended to do as much from the very beginning anyway. You have to understand the full scale of our situation before we advance to the next stage. Rufus's tone remained flat as he recounted recent events. It began late at night on March 14th when Orcus Fort and the Cruzan province fell under attack. This was the work of the Evan Defense Force, who were there to aid Crossbell Division of the Imperial Defense Force in their escape. Upon freeing the IDF from their underground cells, they continued onto another cell and the same fort, Rufus Albarea's. Yet their aim was not to free their former leader, but to assassinate him. Rufus definitely turned the tables against them while also managing to extract a wealth of information, even if their knowledge lacked finer details. He learned that they had abducted Prince Oliver and would be executing a major operation in less than 24 hours. He also learned of a small suitcase that the EDF wished to find at great urgency. Sensing trouble brewing in the wake of Crossbell's liberation, Rufus then resolved to escape to better assess the situation at hand. The next day, March 15th, was no less eventful. An imposter using Rufus's name and face as his own stormed Crossbell's signing ceremony and declared it occupied once more. This information, paired with the intelligence gathered to suggest further trouble brewing in Heimdall, helped the real Rufus ascertain his next objective. He issued a statement claiming to be the prince's abductor to Lower Class 7 to the Imperial capital. Following that, he set his sights upon Orcus Canyon to take this enigmatic case to the EDF we're so desperately seeking. You know the rest, of course. Wow, you've been a busy boy, huh? Well, I've been cooped up in a cell for half a year. I had plenty of pent-up energy eager to be spent. To continue, it's clear that the actions of the EDF and my spurious self were planned to the letter. I imagine the multitude of events these past months have been a part of their grand scheme, not just a recent attack on the city. The post-war occupation, the occupiers electing to ignore my calls to surrender, and even the city's liberation a month ago. If this fake Rufus is pulling the strings here, you being around is only going to be one big headache for him. Do you think it's possible you being locked up in the same place as the IDF was intentional? I would assume so. Everything about it, right down to my assassination attempt. And that in itself was just a small part of something much greater. Then what are you planning to do about it? You sound like you got a pretty good idea what you're up against. So what does the real Rufus want? I have two goals. The first is to eliminate the imposter who seeks to use my name for ill. That makes sense. It means them being around equals people turning... Makes sense if it means them being around equals people trying to kill you. The second is to settle my past debt. Oh? Crossbell's current status traces its origins to the war that ended not too long ago. I, the primary member of the Ironbloods, was one of two who led the charge in that war, the other being the very man whom I revered as a father, the late Chancellor. Having made this mess, it falls on me to clean it up. Ironbloods are an awful loyal bunch. I also feel a certain degree of responsibility toward Crossbell as its former Governor General. Let me see if I got my head around this. In short, you want to rectify Crossbell's situation and fix whatever is going on in Erebonia. That sum it up right? That would be the end result, yes. You know, that's a lot to expect 4 people to pull off. That's why I never specified it being us to achieve the end result. There's no reason it has to be us who faces our enemies. Confronting evil and overcoming it with heart and willpower is best suited to heroes, not villains like myself. Like Reed and his friends whom we fought earlier and their counterparts, the SSS and Crossbell. No need to imitate what they have perfected. Works for me, it doesn't feel like our style. What we can do is learn the truth behind the myriad of occurrences in our way. We can start with the very valuable clue we happen to have in our possession. What is it? Why are you staring at me? You're so cute that we can't help ourselves. Really? I see. That makes perfect sense. To be admired is the destiny of a masterpiece. Gaze upon me to your heart's content. It's hard for me to picture a doll being the key to unraveling all that's going on. It's weird, yeah. And her not remembering anything makes it that much harder. Got any plans for tackling that one, boss? It just so happened to have a question for you regarding that very issue. Georg Rosenberg was her manufacturer. And the man who requested that she be delivered to me? Well, technically, yeah. Now that I work in Heimdall's, I was hoping to visit him in person. Your hesitant response tells me that it may not be possible. Has something befallen him? No, he's fine. It's just not much would be gained by going to see him. He's the one who gave us this job, but he specified that he was just an intermediary. My guess is that whoever had him give us the job also the one who got him to make her. Mainly because he didn't seem to know much more than we do right now. I see, their only choice is to aid her in recovering her memories after all. I assume you don't know where you were originally crafted? I wish I did, but I'm afraid not. I've got a place we can start, at least. Yorick didn't directly deliver the case to us. He said to pick it up from the Moon Temple. He must have hid it there before hightailing out at Crossbell. It'd be a safe bet to say she was made there or close to there. Almost certainly the Rosenberg studio on the Maine's mountain path then. Sounds about right. We passed it on the way to the temple bar, didn't go inside. A wise decision. If the Meister hid the case elsewhere, then the studio has been compromised in some manner, I'm sure. We still don't know if her memory loss was intended or unintended or deliberate. But danger or no, it's possible that we'll find something to ease her current predicament. So we know where we're going then? Our course was always going to lead to Crossbell. The timing is apt. We may as well go now. But how are we going to get in when the borders are so protected? Fear not, for I have a plan, though it will require some preparation. I'll need your participation in order for it to work, but the details can wait. For now, rest well, children. I was getting so sleepy while they talked, but I feel wide awake now. Perhaps I'll tour the ship and see what everyone else is up to. Hey Lapis, is she asleep? Sure is. That's a shame, I wanted to play with her. Sorry to disappoint, but let her rest, okay? She always wants to sleep, but today's been a long, rough one for her. Does she normally sleep a lot? That's an understatement. She spends most of our days off, out like a light. She's even fallen asleep in the middle of combat. Has she ever been to a doctor to fix it? Oh no, she's not sick, she's just very laid back. It makes life a real pain sometimes, though, let me tell you. I'm sure it does. She's my partner, and there's no one else I'd rather depend on when it counts. Besides, I swore to protect her in her brother's place. I intend to honor that for the rest of my life. Are you and her brother different or the same? I'm finding it hard to wrap my head around the idea of siblings. Let me put it like this. How would you feel if York Rosenberg were to make another doll exactly like you? If it were exactly like me, it would be perfect. The world being blessed with more perfect things to admire is a good thing. But what if that other doll wasn't as cute, pretty, or strong, or emotive as you are? What if the others called them a failure? There isn't any such thing as a Rosenberg that's a failure. But if by some chance that were to happen, I'd be very annoyed to hear others speaking of them that way. Then there you go, that's how siblings are. Do you think Rufus would be annoyed if he heard something like that about his brother? That's who the boy we saw before is, right? Beats me. I don't know the first thing about what goes on in that guy's head. So it's a mystery? Yeah. Anyway, you should try to get some rest while we have the chance, assuming dolls need rest anyway. Okay, thank you, Swin.
I wonder what it's like to have a sibling. Do I have any out there?
Well, if it is my littlest customer, you want something? I just felt the urge to tour the ship. And you're hardly big. I'm still bigger than you, and come to think of it, I haven't introduced myself yet. Now have I? My name's Jingo, and if it's something you want your hands on, just give me a holler. I'm Lapis. Nice to meet you, Lapis. By the way, you're not human, right? Indeed, I am not. I'm a proud Rosenberg doll. Really? The world's full of surprises. You know, surprise to me. When you're in my line of work, you meet all kinds of folks. You're not the most unusual customer I've had. I'm not. Your job sounds very interesting. You know what else is interesting? Mods. Could I interest you in a Gatling gun for your arm or eyes that shoot lasers out of them? I'll give you a pretty discount. You could do all that? It'll be worth a shot. I really would be interesting, but none of that sounds as beautiful as my current design, so I'll kindly pass. No big, if you change your mind, you know where I am. I certainly do. Anyway, it's about time for Cerberus lessons. Cerberus! What is the lesson about? To be the strongest guard dog around. Well, now I've got to know. What does that take? So far, I've had him help with the cleaning and running my shop, but today he's getting pointers on how to fly this baby. He's got to be able to navigate anything life throws at him, and that includes steering the wheel. Okay then, first I need you to plop yourself on top of my seat. Wait, is this gonna work? I guess as long as your front paws can reach the wheel, it's all good. You can do this, Cerberus. Good boy. Hang on a minute. I wasn't gonna butt it at first, but I can't keep my mouth shut after what I just heard. Oh yeah, what's that? Maybe the idea of trying to teach a dog to fly this airship? Still not hearing what the problem is. How's he supposed to learn if he doesn't take the wheel? All of that is a problem. You're trying to make a dog transcend the limits of the canine species. Come on, now you're just exaggerating. But you're welcome to tune in on his lesson if you want. What part of what I said makes you think? I just had a dream where the whole airship fell out of the sky. Where are you, Ash? Comfort me! Anyway, we're paying for this flight, so if you want to attempt the impossible, do it on your own time. We'd like to live for the landing, if you please. Oh, fine. You're a tough customer.
Cerberus is so cute! I hope I can pet him later on.
I'm sorry, what was that? You're trying to say that I'm adorable, aren't you? Well, of course I am. I'm a Rosenberg doll. But don't worry, you're adorable too.
I'm afraid this side of the deck is occupied. You'll have to sleep elsewhere.
I wasn't planning to sleep out here.
Oh? Then what's brought you outside?
I wanted to go stargazing. What about you?
I wanted to take in the night air.
Since we're both here, there's something I'd like to ask.
What is it?
I know that you're a famous man, but are you a good man or a bad man?
Bad, though that would be putting it mildly.
So very bad?
Very, very bad. I have used anything and everything to advance my interests, be it titles, fame, or even those pure of heart. There is little point in feigning a moral compass when human lives hold no value to me, or acting chivalrous when all that does is hinder me.
Do you still feel that way?
I do. I'm using you, Swin and Nadia, to bring my designs to fruition, am I not? I'm also using those we met in the capital, like my brother.
None of that sounds like something someone good would do, yes. You really are a very bad man.
I'm glad we could come to an understanding. So, armed with that knowledge, what do you intend to do?
Am I supposed to do something?
I suppose a doll has no reason to care if a human is good or evil.
Being a doll has nothing to do with it. But were you hoping I would admonish you? Or perhaps comfort you?
Of course not.
Okay, then I still intend to do nothing. Whether I praise you for your deeds as a hero, or chastise you for your misdeeds as a villain, it won't change you at your core. You are who you are.
Just how does humanity look through your lens for you to think in such simple terms?
I don't know. I can't answer that when I'm still learning about what it means to be human. All I can say is, I don't see if you're good or bad, where you're from, or how you were raised. I don't see what you've done or haven't done, what you possess or what you lack, because none of those are what make you exist as a person. So it can't be that you suddenly don't exist just because someone decides to reject those parts of you.
That's quite a philosophical approach to the matter. Or perhaps that objective thinking is the most one of artificial intelligence can fathom.
I don't know. How could I know? Just to me, being is what makes a human a human.
Perhaps you're right.
And so, it's what makes you, you.
Perhaps you're right. I don't remember the exact moment I began to search for meaning in my life. My father elected to raise me as his own son, irrespective of the fact I was born because his wife laid with another man. He did so with the same ease he rejected his flesh and blood because he was born from a common woman. When I learned the truth, I finally understood that House Alberea wanted me not as a human being, but as a product of noble blood. It was so hard to bear that it made me sick. Was that all? Was that the only reason I existed? I refused to accept it. I couldn't take it. And as I turned my eyes from this terrible truth, a new, more terrible thought dawned upon me. If that was not the reason I existed, then what was? That was when I met him. It is said we seek that which we do not have. Through him, I sought the father I never had. I convinced myself that if I did as sons do and became more than he ever was, then I would understand the real reason for my existence. And there it was. At last, I had a goal, something to pursue. I stopped at nothing to make that goal a reality. There was no effort too ambitious, no principle too sacred to violate. But no matter what I did, it still wasn't enough. Everything I had done to secure my victory had led to a resounding, humiliating defeat. A defeat at the hands of my own brother, who, despite his unfortunate upbringing, had grown into someone strong and true. I envied him for that. But perhaps I should have known all along that a mere product could never hope to have a real, genuine purpose. The whole predicament would have been worth a laugh had it not been so deeply painful. Why am I here? What is my reason for being? Who am I?
You are who you are. I don't see what you've done or haven't done, what you possess or what you lack, because none of those are what make you exist as a person. Just to me, being is what makes a human a human.
Such nonsense. I thought you weren't planning to sleep out here. I'm unsure if dolls are capable of catching colds, but I believe you've taken in the stars enough for one night.
Are you all prepared? Ready to go anytime. We're good at this stuff. I don't know what we're preparing for, but I'll give it my best. Our interests will be best served if you say nothing at all. Yeah. Okay then, I'm gonna make a landing. Oh, do you authorize to be here? Your Excellency, what is the meaning of this? You stand in the presence of our Supreme Leader. We informed you in advance of our arrival. Were you not ready and waiting? Our deepest apologies. There's no need to be quite so harsh. These are good men. This airport has only been under their jurisdiction for a few days. It takes time to adjust to new responsibilities. You are merciful, Your Excellency. We will ready a car for you at once. No need. I'll arrange for one personally, so remain here and continue your duties. Yes, Your Excellency. What a bizarre experience. Not everyone gets to be their own imposter. It's hilarious. Good on you for thinking it up, boss. Well, I wasn't lying to them about being good. It won't be long before they learn the truth from their superiors and come after us. We shouldn't remain in the city any longer than is needed. And there goes another drag race outside my house. Gotta love it. Can't hurt to scope out the place before, though, right? It's not actually a drag race, but just people love speeding by this corner. I don't know why. I suppose we'll have to make a brief tour before continuing on the main mountain path. Does part of scoping out mean inspecting all the restaurants? That's gonna have to wait until next time. Alright, I got this stuff from Jingo. What is it? Farewell gift, apparently. What does she think? We're off on a picnic or something? What's a picnic? You're too darn cute, LP. No point in looking a gift horse in the mouth. Let's use it. We'll look like tourists or something. Good for Camo. Indeed, I'll leave its use to your discretion. Try not to stand out too much. Might be nice to take a breather every now and again.
Very well.
Okay.
It's me.
On guard.
I shall.
Okay.
So, where should we start our search? The administrative district? Could be flying a little too close to the sun. But then again, sometimes that's what you gotta do to nab something juicy.
Very astute. Indeed, the higher the risk, the greater the reward.
I don't see why we shouldn't go there at some point, personally.
Well, I was gonna play for about 20 minutes, but I don't want to get stuck in the middle of something, so I'm gonna end it now and pick this up again tomorrow. So hope you'll enjoy. Thanks for watching. Once again, like, subscribe on YouTube, and follow on Twitch. Have a good day, everyone.
Now then.